Hello, and welcome back to 4-Bit. In this video, we'll be reconditioning the Aston Martin and reviving some of that old paint. We'll be claying it, buffing it, and applying a ceramic coating to it to find out if that's a scam, snake oil, or if it actually works. I don't know. We'll find out. For 16-year-old paint, it is going to have a lot of scratches. Hi. Anyways, we'll be doing a lot of reconditioning to that car, so enjoy the rest of the video. After driving this thing about 1,000 miles by the time of this video uploading, it got all dirtied up and was ready for a good wash, and I give it just that. Then, after it's fully washed, we'll clay the paint to remove the sandpapery texture from the paint surface. Once the surface has been fully decontaminated by the clay bar, it's ready for buffing. I spent a lot of time experimenting with different polishes and compounds paired with different foam pads on my orbital I call the Shia LaBuffer, but realizing I needed a much more precise cut, I bought the same DeWalt rotary that I use at work every day and used it with the soft foam pad and AutoSmart's adaptive cut compound as my step 1, utilizing a wool pad first only on a few pinpoint scratches if necessary. Then, as a step 2, I adopted the dual-action Shia LaBuffer paired with the AutoSmart's anti-hologram polish to finish it off. Finally, I sealed the complete surface with an Avalon King ceramic coating, mainly out of curiosity because I never actually applied one before since my work only uses various types of waxes and I haven't used a ceramic coating on any of my cars prior. I'm fully prepared to either talk trash on it for it not working or praise it for being the solution to all of mankind's problems like everybody on the internet makes ceramic coatings out to be. I will be trash talking companies later in the videos though, so keep watching for that temper tantrum I have.
Did you know you talk too loud, talk too loud? Looking like I found you out, found you out. Kinda fun to stay you down, stay you down. Did you know you talk too loud? I'm running from you, running more. I don't wanna stay here too long, that's why. They're talking now, can't figure out why you wanna back your friends now. I'm done. Did you know you talk too loud, talk too loud? Looking like I found you out, found you out. Kinda fun to stay you down, stay you down. Did you know you talk too loud? Up in the morning thinking this could be nothing. Fuck it, guess it's turning into something. Now fuck, I don't even wanna try anymore. In the middle of the night on my phone, saying now you wanna change, now you're drunk. I don't wanna try anymore. Same things, but I heard this before.
I also need to show you something. This is, the donkeys are hollering, but that's not what I wanted to show you. So that's like sandpaper, you know. It's in dire need of a clay bar. That's really bad there.
Did you know you talk too loud, talk too loud?
It appears the clear coat is in worse condition than I thought, and it's actually not clear coat. They were just like, it's a base, but it's like a tri-coat or what, I don't know. Either that or they were just recoated or whatever. Interesting. This might look familiar to you, this area, for long-time viewers, but we're going to be claying the car in here, and then we'll be paint correcting it. So please put up with the terrible lighting, but this is what I have. Also, claying is going to put scratches in it, so we're going to have to buff it afterwards, and it doesn't really matter because it already had some scratches that you could see, which you might be able to see through the lighting the spotlight that I'm putting down on it. So enjoy. So, claying a car, not difficult at all. All you gotta do, spray some spray wax, spray it on, take your clay, kind of flatten it out, right, to something like that, and then just lightly go over the area, like that. Don't go over an area that doesn't have spray wax, it'll start to stick. If it starts to stick, add more spray wax. Do this before any actual paint correction. So it would be first clay, then polish, then wax, or whatever you're gonna do. Okay, so at this point I lost it and went on a 13-minute straight rant about a bunch of frustrations with certain products I was using in this video. I was originally going to talk about it all, but for the sake of condensing this video, I'm going to do a very brief product review on the good, the bad, and the ugly. And then I'm going to update you on my merch. Spoiler alert, the company that I relied on to make the merch is part of my rant, and they're in the ugly. So, here we go. Number 1, the Meguiar's clay bar I got from Walmart. C-. It removed the dirt from the paint that was embedded in it, but it didn't absorb it, leading to more excessive scratching than you'd get with normal, good clay bars. Buy this one instead. I use this one at work all the time and it's very good. Number 2, the Meguiar's polishes I attempted to use. F. They removed no defects but managed to add swirls somehow no matter what foam pad I used, and I shook the containers and tried different things, but yeah, I don't understand. Number 3, this foam pad I got. F. Man, I'm harsh. It added a bunch of swirls and applied very uneven pressure to the curves of the panels. I would suggest never to get a coarse foam pad. I always use a relatively soft foam pad, but change the cut of the compound, not the cut of the foam pad. Or just use a wool pad if you need the extra cutting power. But in my personal opinion, don't ever use a coarse foam pad. I know I will never do that again. Number 4, Amazon merch. I can't actually give their service a rating because they didn't let me into their print-on-demand program, nor did they explain to me why I got denied or what I would need to fix to be eligible, so yeah. Number 5, AutoSmart's Adaptive Cut Compound and Anti-Hologram Polish. They get an A. They're very good products, just expensive and hard to find since they don't do retail. You'll have to overpay on eBay if you want the stuff, but it's very good stuff. That's what I used finally for the step 1 and step 2 of me buffing this car, the stuff that actually worked. And I also use it at work all the time. So it's very good stuff. I would definitely recommend it. Number 6. The DeWalt rotary that I used got a B because it's a little expensive, but it's very tough and very precise, and it works very well, except for eventually the RPM dial will probably break and it causes sporadic speed differences, but I could not have achieved the result of this car without it. It's very good. Number 7, Avid Pro gets an A because my Shia LaBeouf works extremely well, and the pads it came with are great too. I used the orange one for the whole paint correction on this car once I found my ideal setup with the polish and compound together. It even costs less than the cost of sending out a Rupes Bigfoot when that thing inevitably breaks and needs to get repaired. Rupes, or Rupes, whatever you want to call it, is like the Porsche of the detailing world. I don't think it's worth spending money on it, and in my experience, they break a lot. However, a lot of people have a more positive opinion about them, so maybe the one that I've been experiencing, which is the one I use at work, maybe that's just a dud, who knows. Their foam pads are really good though, and also their blue and gold two-step compound polish, whatever it is, that's really good stuff too. Number 8, this wool pad I used. I can't really give it a review because I didn't really use it to its full potential in an attempt to preserve my paint, but it worked really well so far. I did see some really bad reviews on Amazon because of it, because it does throw fuzzies everywhere, and I thought that was kind of unfair to this wool pad because all wool pads do that. Even when they're broken in, they still do it a little. Number 9, the Avalon King ceramic coating. I'll give a review of that in the future because I haven't experienced it enough yet. And finally, number 10, Printful. D+. This is the print-on-demand service I used for my merch on my website, but they are the reason I'm suspending my online shop until further notice because their prints look bad. They take a huge cut off of me per order, which they leave barely any profit to be made, and they send shirts out of order and of purchase, and they arrive late, which doesn't make any sense. Their website is very buggy and subsequently hard to use, but the final straw ultimately was when my coworker ordered his heather gray beta hoodie and it showed up with a terribly washed out print that was gray and white instead of black and white. And not only did Printful refuse to compensate me for the replacement hoodie in teal that I bought him, but they proceeded to tell me that I needed to look at their color swatches because this was the expected result. I gave them ample opportunity to fix their mistakes, and instead, they kind of told me to screw off. So, that was nice. So anyways, these ratings can easily be altered in the future if these gripes are remedied, but for now, I will sulk in my own self-pity. Now, let's get back to the actual content you came here for. I found the perfect combination of polish and compound and everything to get this car paint corrected properly, as I said at the beginning of the video. I started by step 1, buffing the scratches out with a foam pad and adaptive cut compound using the DeWalt rotary, and then as a step 2, I used a second pass in the car using that same foam pad but attached to a DA, my Shia LaBeouf, using anti-hologram polish. This worked wonders, as you'll see in the following clips.
her. I wish she could speak. Only in my slumber, only in my dream. I wait for you. I pray for you. I sleep for you. I stay for you. When you're alive,
started as me accidentally pulling off part of my grill, ended as me taking apart each and every piece of my grill and ceramic coating it by hand. These cars are bizarre, man. But I love them. But that'll be all for this video, actually. In next video for the Aston Martin series, we'll probably be doing the rest of the detail for the whole car. That includes the interior and also some other cosmetic bits on the outside. And then the Lotus has been put on hold for the entirety of this video and the previous video, which, if you haven't seen the original Aston Martin video, there's a link to the Aston Martin series playlist at the end of this video, which you can check out if you'd like. But we will be going back to the Lotus shortly. And they might also do something with Fuse 22, where you can pull the fuse from the Aston Martin, which controls the valves, and you can have a very nice sounding exhaust note. Very nice. But until then, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.